Welcome to your top-rated business, entrepreneurship, self-development, and smart investment podcast. This podcast is hosted by creator and founder Dr. Dustin Steffi, and also hosted by coach, music producer, and influencer, yours truly, Jaden Rush Norvell. We are blessed for our many accolades, such as being nominated for the People's Choice Awards for Best Business Podcast, as well as raising over $5,000 last year for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, as well as for the Boys and Girls Club. Spanning a global reach, our podcast is in the top 4 downloads in 4 countries. Without further ado, welcome to Choppin with Fire, ladies and gentlemen. Let's chop it up.
Guys, welcome to a live show, my first one, and the start of our small business segments. I wanted to sit down with Speakeasy Tattoo Company in Fernley, Nevada, first and foremost. But before we dive into that interview, and hit that damn like button, because it's not hard to do. So you see the finger in the center here? It hit the like button already. So, and then the other ones didn't make it. We cut them off, but definitely got that middle one. But no, if you're on YouTube, the little bell, go ahead and hit that bell so you get updates, and then go ahead and take it a step further and type out some content on the comments saying you liked it. So with that being said, the last thing I want to bring up is our home charities are cystic fibrosis, because Jaden's mom has cystic fibrosis. And for those of you that don't know what it is, try putting a straw in your lungs and breathing through that. Doesn't feel very good, can't really breathe really well. So please help us out in raising some money for cystic fibrosis. And then another good one that we have is the Boys and Girls Club. That entity right there has done so much for our kids, and they need help. And it's important that if we have any spare money, we give back and kind of keep these organizations going, or else we're not going to have them for very long, especially in these times. So please, if you guys haven't done so already, head on over to cff.org/donate, or head on over to bgbc.org/donate to donate to the Boys and Girls Club today. With that being said, we're going to kick this off. So I'm here with Abel to my left, Manny to my right. He was going to wear the sunglasses. We were going to crack some blind jokes, but decided not to, especially since we're sitting in a tattoo parlor. You guys would have been like, hey, whoa, how's the blind one tattoo you? And I was like, well, I'm the idiot, remember? So he's tattooing on me. So, but no, like, I just want you all to know, like, first and foremost, it's actually a pleasure to have them both. It's awesome that we are starting this small business segment, and I'm glad to kick it off with them because, I mean, they got a lot to say, a lot of jokes to crack. Abel, you wouldn't think it, is pretty funny. Manny, you wouldn't think it, he's kind of funny.
Don't believe it.
But
funny at all. Not a funny bone.
No funny bone whatsoever. But no, I want to just dive right in. First and foremost, the get from this is to understand his small business, so Manny's small business, but two, to understand how entrepreneurship works in general, because it's not easy. I think everybody thinks, like, when you go into small business, like, you have more time on your hands and you can do fun things, which it's true to a certain point once you get it rolling. But the fact of the matter is, to get it rolling to that point takes years and years and years, and lots of blood, sweat, and tears. So it's important that we kind of outline that as well. So I'm going to kind of start this off with, like, hey, Dustin, you're in a tattoo shop. So why there? Well, one, they sponsor me. It's awesome. We have a good partnership and relationship. I've grown to like these guys a lot. I have a good dozen pieces on me right now from this place alone. And honestly, for me, I'm pretty loyal to it because I don't want to go anywhere else. I think the creativity out of this shop alone, and the way that it's run, and the people, and, like, kind of everything encompasses, like, a good place, a safe space, and a creative place to get something done that you'll enjoy in life. Because, again, for those of you that don't know, these aren't the sticker tattoos that like come off. They're on you forever. So you kind of want it to look good. And these two plus everyone else that works here couldn't have them all on, but they take pride in making sure that when you walk out that damn door, you're walking out with something that you like. And furthermore, you're walking out into the public where people can be like, where'd that happen? Where'd you get that? Because guess what? You can't get custom pieces like this anywhere else in Fernley. I'm sorry, but it's factual to me. So I'm gonna hand it off to Manny. I kind of want him to kind of go through his journey real quick on like why did he get started here? When did he acquire it? Because I think a lot of people weren't sure of this place to begin with because of people that were here in the past or whatnot. And this isn't a negative talk. This is just like, hey, it's a new era and it's time to move forward. So Manny, it's all yours, brother.
Well, thank you, Dustin, for having us on. I really appreciate it. And I'd like to take the time to say thank you to Abel also on camera, because he's been a big help to everyone here in the shop, including myself and everyone in the town seems to really like it. So again, Abel, thank you.
No problem.
So sorry, clear my face up. Yeah. So I've been tattooing for about 15 years solidly, going on 16. It's been a journey. I thought about quitting a few times. Maybe I should have at some point. I'm unsure, but here we are. Fernley, Nevada. I came into the shop about 2 years ago. It was someone else's shop, and it was someone else's shop before that, and it kind of picked up some negativity, some just a kind of a little dark cloud around it, and that's something we've been combating for the last couple of years here. And it's just trying to look over it, look past it. It's been rough, but with that being said, you got to rely on your skills and you got to push forward.
Yep.
So Abel's not from here, but he has some extensive experience as well. So from our conversations, you Cali to East Coast back to here, right?
Yep.
You've been tattooing for 15 years. Yeah. So again, you combine both of their experience right there. I mean, that's 30 plus years right there between two of them. And we're not even counting other artists that are here, which I mean, we have Melody, which she's just starting out, right? But she's amazing.
Great job. Yeah.
He had a sick turnaround for Friday the 13th, had some awesome tattoos that came out. So I mean, we're pumping out some good stuff here, in my opinion. And then we can't forget about Bree too. She does piercings, but she also is dabbling in tattoos as well, huh?
Yes, Bree has been in this industry her whole life. She's amazing, phenomenal piercer. Man, I can't say enough great things about her. Great with the kids, and yes, she does know how to throw the needle around too on skin with some ink. She's learning, but has some good skills.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys something, because I mean, so I'm not new to tattoos, obviously, but what I am new to is the loyalty, the creativity, the environment part, right? And so I kind of want to dive into that a little bit. So, as far as environment, how would you guys say the environment is here? Like when you come in to get a tattoo, what should people expect?
First of all, the air freshener in here is amazing. So that's what I think. The air freshener. It's pretty chill, I'd say. We try to keep low tension. Like if we're having a frustrating session or a piece, it just kind of out the window. We really try to keep the focus in the artwork. I know we talk about it all the time. It's a 24/7 thing. It doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's a fun environment, but we don't really screw around too much. We keep it pretty professional. We have our jokes, but I mean, we get things done. It's not a party environment. It's just a fun environment.
So for those of you that haven't walked in to get a tattoo or don't have a tattoo or been wanting to get a tattoo or whatever the case may be, wherever you are in your journey, here's it from my perspective. When I walk into here, first and foremost, I feel comfortable because I mean, I could get whatever I want on me because it's my piece, right? And there isn't really any judgment, but obviously don't go over the top, don't be asinine about something. But for the most part, there's no judgment. One. Two, I love the environment because when you walk in, like, I mean, we'll throw jokes out, we'll have some fun. I mean, I think the last time I was in the chair, I was Abel over here, this clown,
Giggle
was
shit.
making me laugh. And Manny's sitting there taking one line at a time on my tattoo that I'm not going to show you guys yet until we're done with it.
That's a cool one.
It is, so stay tuned. But we were doing the beard of it, and so he was doing one line at a time, and this asshole over here was making me laugh, so I was shaking, and he's like, well, we just messed it up. But in all actuality, it looks really good right now. It's a fun environment. I love it here. I think honestly, when you walk into a tattoo shop, you should feel comfortable. You should feel welcome. You should feel okay to ask questions. Like, there isn't anything dumb when it comes to putting something permanent on your body. And these guys, and of course girls, because we got two girls too, they understand that and they respect that. So like, first and foremost, it's not scary at all. Secondly, like, if you want something super custom, super nice, I mean, these guys can do pretty much anything. I'm sitting by two guys here
I don't
that
do color
have,
portraits. I'm just saying.
yeah, okay,
Or
okay.
tribal.
Okay. They
That's
and
me, though.
and we'll get into like specifics in a sec, but like, for the most part, most of the stuff here isn't cookie cutter. So it isn't like it was back in the 90s or early 2000s, where you walk in, you look at a portfolio and you're like, "Oh, I want A," or "I want number 150," or
It's
whatever.
like McDonald's. Let me get
Yeah,
large
yeah.
23.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they do have some cool stuff that they just recently integrated. So they have a cool little like egg machine where you go and you like put a coin in, and whatever you draw is what you get on you, which I think is really cool. And it's like put some mystery behind things. But if you're looking for that like really cool, like super specific piece to you, between the experience that's here, I know it'll get done
Come down
perfectly.
and talk to us.
Yeah, absolutely. They're awesome. I think everything is perfect for here. I wanted to get into, though, because there are specifics, right? So like, for me as a person, I really like shading, right? I like the shaded pieces, or the pieces where you like put lighting on it, where if it hits a certain way, like, it really shows the details. I'm gonna get into specifics with these two. So like, Manny, for you, like, you've been tattooing a while. I know there's certain style that you like. I know there's certain things that you like to do. Let's kind of talk about that a little bit. I know we have a bio up for him, right? So if you want the cookie cutter bio, just head on over to speakeasytatco.com. But we're diving into the nitty gritty right now.
So when I first started, I had a real big love for the old school American traditional, and the Japanese stuff, like a lot of us do. Because I had grown up seeing black and gray on all my uncles from prison and crap, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when I first started tattooing, I gave the attempt at the Japanese and the American stuff, and I didn't think I understood it as well. But nowadays, I like to go back to it. I still love black and gray, though. It's like a toss up. American traditional and Japanese, black and gray. I don't know. Just kind of integrate them, I guess.
And when we unveil my tattoo, which we will, we'll probably unveil it. I have my last session for that piece up here this coming week. So he says two, but I'm a badass, so I'm thinking one. Yeah, this guy. He has jokes right now. Anyway, so we'll show you kind of that super cool, like, black, white, and gray, and it'll look really cool. Abel, what about you, dude? Like, I mean, I've dove into a few things with you, but you bring some cool things like to the table that are different.
Yeah. So, gosh, how can I put this? I can do any tattoo you want. I just choose not to do color portraits and tribal. I'll do anything else you want, man. I can do it all, but I'm just not 100% comfortable with color portraits. I can do color realism, just the portraits. I don't want them to come out looking orange. Tribal just tends to be a little too boring for me.
Yeah.
Once you draw it out on someone and you outline it, it's just filling in. It's just a little too boring. Other than that, I mean, I can do whatever else you guys want, but at the end of the day, it always ends up being my style. If you want traditional, it's Abel's traditional style. If you want Japanese, it's Abel's style of Japanese stuff. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, we can all do. Every artist here can do whatever style you want, but I think we all choose not to do ones that are just too boring for us, or they don't push us or make us grow. And for me, tribal not gonna push me or make me grow. You know, I'm doing Polynesian stuff. That's a little more creative than the tribal stuff. And then color portrait, I don't want someone to get an orange looking person. That's it.
Yeah.
So
We can just call it an orange Smurf.
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna sum Abel up. His tattoos, they are those motherfucking Instagram tattoos that everyone likes to look at. And everyone goes, oh my God, look at those delicate little lines. That's Abel right here. Okay. He's cutting it short. He's phenomenal, you guys. He really is.
Speaking on Instagram, guys, please head on over to Speakeasy Tattoo Co and hit that follow button because there's a lot of cool things that are on there. So that's Speakeasy TATTCO. Go ahead and hit them up, hit a like on there, follow, whatever you kids do these days. But
DM
make
us.
sure,
Be
yeah,
all up in our DMs. We don't
yeah, hell yeah, like
Yeah.
seriously,
We don't have I don't think we have a TikTok, right?
we do.
we do.
We
but
do.
it
We
ain't
have.
running yet.
Hey, they haven't run it yet, but they will soon enough. I promise. For those of you that are making fun of my TikToks right now, more to come because that style's heading over here.
It's
So
because we're old. That's why.
Yeah. We still get emails
Yeah.
and long written letters.
they actually Abel he responds really well if you send him a pigeon, and then this guy he'll respond
3 days later.
maybe like in 24 to 68 hours.
3 days
So
later.
yeah.
DM.
Yeah, but no, all joking aside, please like head on over and see some of their work because it's definitely some of that work is posted on the Instagram. They have Facebook as well. They do have emails for each of the separate artists. So for all of my locals, please head on over.
I think that'll be on the website. Everyone's like Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be on the bio.
Yep, it will.
in the works.
It's in the works right now. Abel on the opposite end of the spectrum, he's always busy. So we're just waiting on his, right?
Trying to say I'm not.
Oh,
Dick.
yeah.
I wrote his for him, so he got lucky.
Trying to say I'm not busy. Dick.
No, but let's shift gears a little bit. You're running your own tattoo shop.
Yes.
So that's entrepreneurship in itself right there. But this isn't the first time you've been an entrepreneur, is it? Because you were doing mechanics and stuff as well too.
And that's wearing your slave chains.
Okay, so that's the slave job versus cutting those ties. All right, so this is your first crack in it.
9 to 5. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
first crack at
Okay.
business ownership.
So
But-
talk about it a little bit.
So I know some people are gonna disagree, but like the way I was working underground out of the house for a while. Towards the end there, it was really similar to the shop, just the way it was operating, you know. Then I moved out here to Nevada, man, and opportunity arose and the old owner left and I took over and it's been pretty good since then. It's just staying on top of orders now for busy season, you know. That's gonna be the fun part.
What do you think the hardest part, like in your perspective? Because everybody has a different perspective, and I'll chime in mine soon. But like for you, in your entrepreneurial journey, what's the hardest part of it for you right now?
It was stepping off the ledge.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
the first step to like being on your own.
Okay.
And it's scary because you don't know what's on the other side. You know, at your union job, you're gonna get a paycheck.
Yep.
And all that
Yep.
stuff's gonna happen. You know, kids are gonna have
Yep.
benefits, but you step into your own realm, man. It's scary.
Yeah.
But it's also freeing and it's a wonderful feeling, man, because it's your own world.
It's a different stress, in my opinion. So when I look at it, I'm like happier because I'm doing something I'm passionate about
Yeah.
on one hand.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I feel like I'm more stressed because I'm backed against a corner to be successful.
Well, you're feeling that 24/7
Yeah.
squeeze.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't sleep, man.
Nope.
It
Nope.
doesn't sleep.
I go to bed with nightmares sometimes on that shit.
Yeah, I
You
think
need some air freshener, man.
Yeah. Mind you, when you walk in, the air freshener is great here.
Yeah, honestly, I think when you do something that you really enjoy, I think you shoot too much for perfection.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's where you get stressed out. It's
have to be
yours.
perfect, man.
This is Manny's shop.
Mm-hmm.
The tattoos he
Mhm.
runs are Manny's tattoos. You can't point fingers and be like, oh, it was that guy that didn't, help, or that guy, whatever. No, it's 100% you. So you shoot too much for perfection. And I think that's what stresses you out sometimes.
I believe
Except what stresses
100.
me out.
I believe 100% that we are our own hardest critic. I believe in that statement.
Dude, I was putting out for a minute. I was unhappy with everything I was putting out. I stopped tattooing for a minute, and I was like, okay, let me help. Like, we had some apprentices here that needed some help at the time, so I tried to focus on that a little bit,
Yeah.
and it helped. Like refreshes you. You're like, oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, I can do this now. Let me get back to it. It's a different approach.
Right.
But that staying fresh aspect in the business is important. Staying in touch with the youth, especially, because that's our driving force. In
Absolutely.
Nevada, we can tattoo at 16.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
that's a market. It's
Mhm.
important. California, you're gonna be
It's
25.
18,
You're gonna be
right?
25
18 and
next
over.
year. So
Yeah.
being a smart ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is gonna restrict.
In California, you probably can't get a tattoo anymore. You'll go to
Yeah.
jail. So
Yeah.
whatever.
In certain places in California, 18, if you're under 18, you can't even walk into a tattoo
Yeah,
shop.
it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Even if
And
you're coming in with a friend or your parents to make an appointment, you can't even walk in to the shop.
So I was telling Abel this the other day. I said to him a few times, is I've been tattooing for 15 years, going on 16, but I've only been a business owner for 2. So
Right.
it's something new for me, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's the stresses, the strides you have to take, the everything, the good, the bad. I'm
Yep.
enjoying it. The
Yep.
freedom, the stress of the busy season. I like it a lot.
Yep. And little do you guys know, I'm going to shift the gear over to Abel. Abel's run his own business too, so he knows
Yeah.
about entrepreneurship and stuff too. So I'm gonna shift the question to you. Like, in your mind, for you, what do you think your hardest point was being an entrepreneur and really running your own business?
Not failing.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing, is just failing that, you think you're doing something good, and then,
Yeah.
you open your shop and nobody shows up, or it starts slowing down, you start doubting yourself. Especially like Manny said, it's not a guaranteed check.
Yeah.
So if I have a slow week, it's a low paycheck. If it's a busy one, then it's high.
Yeah.
It always fluctuates. But I think the hardest was just not failing, or making sure that you don't fail. I mean, there's ways you can talk to customers, and there's certain ways you can sell certain ideas to them. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest fear is just not failing your business, because then you feel like you failed yourself and everybody else around you. But that's the hardest part for me. Was customers are easy, the tattoos are easy. It's just how to make it all run smoothly.
Yep.
The empty chair, man.
Yep.
The empty chair.
So I know I don't interject very much about my journey at all, because I'm always interviewing, right? But for me, you all probably think I know everything about it with all the experts we've had on what we talk about with networking and everything. And yes, book smart, like, I know what it takes to run a business. But for me, I'm always overwhelmed with, I got to do this, or I need to get more marketing, or how do I make enough money to be able to keep the business rolling just to survive? Or did I miss that, or whatever the case may be? It's constantly, like Manny said, and even Abel, it's 24/7 gig, right? And so I go to sleep sometimes like, shit, did I forget to do that? Or I should have done this better. So for me, my biggest stress is not being perfect per se, but making sure that I was thorough enough to drive my content, one, to all of you guys, but two, the driving force of, why did I start doing this? And the whole point of this for me is to educate other young or older entrepreneurs on some technique, skills, marketing, whatever, to do it right. Or for my investment people, the investments, like diversifying, right? You're not going to be, don't be that idiot that invests in one thing and then all of a sudden it flops and now you have nothing. You need to diversify. And in business, it's kind of the same thing. We have to diversify our time, our energy, and everything to make that business run and work. I mean, for Manny, he's so intelligent when it comes to like creative ideas, but executing them in a different way. So like the marketing, like you guys are seeing with Speakeasy right now, the marketing just started driving a lot more recently, because he needed the time to be able to like sit back and say, how do I want to appropriately market and how do I want to do it right? Because there is no one size fits all solution.
When you get to this plateau,
Right.
right? You like, you feel good. You're like, man, I got a business.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm self-sustainable. I'm
Yep.
supporting my family. I'm
Yep.
putting food on the table, and then it just kind of halts, and you're like, damn, what next?
Yep.
So then you have a choice. You can stay there where you're at and be happy, or you can continue your growth
Yep.
and still be happy.
Yep. You can push to that next level. And it's no secret, guys, marketing is probably, in my opinion, the well, it's the most important, but it's the second most expensive, in my opinion, maybe even the first most expensive.
And it's paper towels.
So if if you're running a normal business, I think your marketing budget is probably the most expensive budget, because that's what gets your name out there. For them, it's a little different because their name gets out there not only by marketing, but by like word of mouth and the people that go out with their work and stuff like that. And people asking, dude, that's cool. Where'd you get that? And then you start talking there, and then it snowballs.
Dustin's a rarity because we actually get to see the work come back. So most
Yeah.
people, like, they're out of state or they're traveling, or they just don't. They're like, oh, I got my one that I'm done with, and they're done, you know. But we try to give them a good one.
Yeah.
For repeats, we try to keep giving you good ones.
Right. And for those of you that have been on my TikTok, so a lot of like, we have a couple TikToks of me in the chair with some of these pieces, and it's pretty fun. It's fun to market that out because it's different. I don't see very many tattoo shops marketing in that way. And it's like new school, it's new age, it's bringing different people in, and it's fun. Yeah. I mean, I had a few comments come back like, dude, did it hurt? Or like funny shit coming back, right? And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I think that brings the next point, right? In business, for us all, like, change is inevitable.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of businesses that flop, I think, because they're just not willing to change, in my opinion. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in this environment now, and in this instant gratification culture, like, change is even quicker.
I'll give you a perfect example of somebody who failed because they didn't change. Kmart. They didn't change anything. It was always the same register, the same aisles. Nothing ever grew. The pictures they had on the wall were from like the 80s. They never ever changed, and they're out of business.
Abel's dating himself with Kmart, so I'll just bring up Mervin's as well too, and
Montgomery Ward.
Yeah.
Didn't change, bro. Same with tattoo artists. I mean, I can't do the same my tattoo should be changing a little bit every year, improving, or the style should be changing. Something's got to be different. If it's the same thing, then that's it. People go somewhere else. They want what's new.
The other respect I have for these two as well is, like, for those of you that have gotten a tattoo, I'm sure most of you have seen the machines that are used, right? And most of them are those coil machines. I mean, I've not seen a wireless one until walking into this shop. And so, like, even the technology, like, that's important. And Manny and Abel are like really good at explaining why that's so important, whereas I'm not. But it makes the tattoo, like, it doesn't make it any less painful, but it makes it heal better, in my opinion. Like, I heal faster with their stuff than I did with any other tattoo artist because of the way that they tattoo and the technology.
Like a 7-day heal now is pretty common. I remember 2 weeks they used to tell us. 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So like, we're seeing like the skin flake and the dry patches go away after 3 days now with the newer stuff we're using. And it's just technology. It's learning it, how to be delicate. You know, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the other important thing to drive to maybe some of you new people that have never gotten a tattoo or anything as well too, is, would you rather go to a place that's not transparent and doesn't really like tell you about how the process goes, and then you get a piece on you and eventually it's like not good? Or would you rather go to a place that is up to date on technology, has 30 plus years of creative experience, has the know-how of how to work the machines appropriately to make sure that that tattoo looks the best? Like, that, these are the things that you guys all have to start doing your research on, especially new people that want to get their like first tattoo and whatnot. where do you want to go? Like, it isn't about loyalty so much as it's about doing your research on, does this artist, not only is this artist creative, but do they use the right technology now to make my tattoo last a lifetime, right? I have pieces on me that are going to last a lifetime.
I think just maybe, I think 10 years ago, there was still metal in some of the inks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
even the inks are still growing.
yeah.
And now everything we have in here, like I
think
didn't
it's
even
all
know it
vegan.
until recently. It's vegan safe. Like it's like
Yeah.
by accident, but like
Yeah.
everything.
So for all my earth friendly people, we have vegan safe stuff. So please drop in.
Actually, all the inks we have are vegan.
Yep.
Even our wrap, our Tanaderm is considered vegan.
Yep.
Everything we use,
I wish I could unveil it right now, but like the tattoo up here, like it's dark, like the blacks are like black,
yeah.
and the shading looks amazing. Like, soon enough, guys, you're gonna have to just think about it for a little bit until we get it done.
It might not be one of Abel's fancy Instagrams, because that dude, I'm telling you, those fine lines, man.
Yeah, this
Hey,
is where we get into specifics.
Yeah. I'm a
So-
little fatter on the line work, but his delicate lines, man.
Yeah, like I said, we can all do the tattoo. It just depends what style you're into. We all, Melody has her style, Manny, me.
Melody is not in the video right now, but I just want you all to know, if we go about 10 clicks to my left this way, she hears us and she's tattooing someone right now.
She's cheesing it over.
Yeah, she is. She is. She is. She wants to be on camera so bad, but can't.
She didn't put her makeup on, she said.
Yeah. Plus the lighting in here. She said she wants real bright lights where it's on her, and that's it.
That's a ring light right here.
A ring light on the beach.
Actually, her comment to us pre-roll was, if she were in the camera with us, she would take all the attention away from us. So that's why she's not here.
Yeah.
True.
It's probably pretty true.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to focus it on my mustache.
right, we're trying to focus it on this strapping
Yeah.
old fart.
And I had to wear a hat because of the shine,
And me, I have no excuses. You guys get my ugly mug weekly. So but as far as business, I think the point that we're trying to reinforce here is this is not the same place it was a few years ago. One.
Definitely.
Two, there's so much creativity that's coming out of here. So don't be scared to like pop in and see what they can do for you. Number two. And I think the third and most important thing, and this is for just the podcast as a whole, is the fact that I'm in a tattoo shop, right? And it's still a place of business.
Yeah.
And there's still entrepreneurship to be had. And even though it's not like Abel's brick and mortar, he's still running his own business within a business. So there's so much entrepreneurship coming out of here, so much marketing, so many like trials and tribulations. And so it's just nice to reinforce a local small business and kind of talk about like what's going on right now. So I mean, please, like, if you haven't done so already, I'm going to harp on this like I harp on mine. Head on over to their social media. They have a Facebook, an Instagram. TikTok's on hold for a second until we just a little smidge. I think we're gonna make Abel do the TikToks because at least he's funny. So
Videos.
yeah. And then we do have a website, which I want to point out the website. If you go to www.speakeasy Tattoo Co, that's speakeasytattco.com. Over there, that's going to house not only this video once it posts, but it's going to house tattoo bios. It's going to host links to their Instagram so you can kind of see the work and the creativity. We're going to have pictures and stills of the shop as well too. So that way you can kind of see some of the technology, what the shop's about and all that stuff. And it most importantly has a booking key there that has access to everybody's email separately if there's a certain style you gravitate towards, and the shop phone number and address, because for all of you people that still use GPS or don't know where anything is, you should pop that address into the GPS
too. Like, I'm being 100% serious with this. We have in this shop probably one of the badass piercers in the area. No joke.
Yeah,
like, this girl is amazing. Like, don't go to Reno, don't go out to Fallon, come right here to Fernley, Nevada. Sorry.
She ends up
She's amazing. She's amazing, you guys. Great with the kids. She's phenomenal. Come see us.
Guys, the time that I'm in the chair, more often than not, I see more people coming in for piercings from her than anywhere else. She is probably, in my opinion, not only the best in Fernley, but probably one of the best in the state, to be honest with you. And that's just awesome, right? So if you want a good quality piercing, I mean, seriously consider her. And look at her picture too. She has piercings all over. So
All self-done.
yeah, all self-done, and they look great. So I mean, seriously, like, take a look at everybody's portfolio. I challenge you guys to do that. The site is about 90% done. It'll be done probably by the time this video posts.
Working the kinks out.
Yep, we're working on getting a few things that are missing, and those elements will be on there soon.
It's my fault, not his.
So one thing I want to say about Bree is, you know, she's also growing. So she's starting to look into like doing like a little bit more extreme stuff.
Oh, like the tongue splitting and
Yeah.
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's working on that.
She's got some stuff in the works, guys. So
So same with our
keep
piercer,
poking.
you know, she's growing too.
yeah,
You
never
can't
stay the same, man. Can't
Mhm.
stay the same in the business. Period.
Yep.
Always got to grow.
So I already told you about their social medias and stuff and the website, but now I'm going to harp on mine. For those of you that I see ghosting yourself in the background and stuff, because I see that stuff, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Send me some comments. Maybe I get lonely over here without any comments to respond to. That's at Chopping with Fire. That's CHOPPINWITHFIRE. And then my website, same thing, www.choppingwithfire.com. Again, they're a sponsor of mine as well too. So everything links and intertwines within itself. So if you get one of our websites down, at least you're going to get both of them.
Like an orgy of links.
It is an orgy of
Yeah.
links, and this orgy is the fun orgy. So, is there any? So actually, no. I like being creative, so I'm gonna let you guys do this because I let everybody do this. If there's one solid piece of information that you can leave to my subscribers and listeners about entrepreneurship and about going down the road and journey or whatever the case may be, what is it that you want to leave to them and impress upon them?
Each player teaches a player. That's how players learn.
Okay. Abel?
I was gonna say, just make sure whatever business you go into, go in it because you love it, and I promise you the money will come.
Yep.
Don't chase the money. That will come. Do it because you love it, and the money will show up.
Yeah, just for me, be consistent, right? Show up every day, be consistent. Don't quit because it's getting hard. Like, be consistent and keep going, because eventually that consistency is going to pay off in dividends. Those dividends are going to increase in new investments. Those investments are going to pay you in the long run. So yeah, I agree. Guys, it was a pleasure. I liked this video. I think it was fun. I think it's fun doing small business and local stuff. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And for all of you out there, I hope you enjoyed it. This is the first of many for the small business segments that are run at the end of the month. So thank you all.
We might get lucky and do a second.
Maybe even a third. I don't know. I mean, again, we have an orgy of links.
Let's do a question, the Q&A one.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, maybe eventually, as we evolve, like, we'll do a Q&A coming back, and maybe we can get some listener support too, and kind of have some people that are like
can do it
around
live,
with
right?
us. Yeah, live.
Tech videos on
Yeah,
the
we
site.
can do it live.
Yeah, so more to come. We might actually do some videos where they're actually like have someone in the chair, as long as they can, the person in the chair consents, and we can kind of show you.
Able stand-up hour, dude. That would be tight.
So for me, maybe I'll start with me, because you all are used to me being in the chair. I consent, so we can do something fun. But more to come on this. Again, guys, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Over now.